So we have a cool matchup here: Sean Yu versus Max Zetinevsky. I know Max has been playing Bug Delver for I think a few months.
Yeah.
And then Sean likes to mix it up. He has pretty much every deck. I don't see him playing Storm too much, or I didn't before the GP. But my guess is, now that he has some free time, now that the GP's over, he's more willing to play decks just because he wants to play them.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be all in on Miracles now.
Right. And we saw a lot of Storm decks do very well at GP New Jersey. SCG New Jersey.
I think there was a three-way tie for third most popular deck at the SCG, and I think Storm was on that list. I believe the order was 23 Miracles, and then the second was the 13 Grixis Delver, and then there were 7 of each Lands, Death and Taxes, and Storm.
What a strange metagame.
Yeah.
Very, very odd. But we saw Storm convert much better than Death and Taxes.
But if we go down to even the fourth most popular list, there was a 4-way tie for Rug Delver, Bug Delver, a 3-way tie. Rug Delver, Bug Delver, and Agrolome lists. There were 5 Agrolome lists.
Weird. So pretty diverse on the whole.
Yeah, and a lot of non-blue.
Yeah, a lot of non-blue.
There was 7 lands, 7 Death and Taxes, and 5 Agrolome.
But disregarding the numbers, like Storm converted very well. It had 2 people in the top 8, both of whom won their quarterfinals match, and one of whom went to the finals.
Yeah.
So this is a strong hand. Sean mulliganed a no-lander into a hand with, looks like a couple lands, couple cantrips, ad nauseum, and a ritual. So that hand definitely has a plan.
Yeah.
I like it.
And he's bottoming the Scry.
Now in this matchup, normally Max, of course, wants to lead on Deathrite. Deathrite is the best card in the Bug Delver deck. But if he's playing Hymn to Turok, then that could be a very potent tool as well.
Oh, there's a Hymn.
All right, so we've got Hymn and Daze. This can be a tough hand to fight through. No turn 1 play, so you could ask for a better 7, but you couldn't ask for a much better 7.
Yeah. I mean, my opponent mulligans, I want Hymn to Turok all day long.
I love Hymn to Turok. There is no card that I love more in that deck than Hymn to Turok.
Are you sure it's not Ponder?
I do like Ponder. Okay, Ponder.
Ponder?
Yeah, Ponder. Ponder's good.
Yeah.
So we see Dark Ritual and land. I like bottoming the land. I like keeping both. And the reason why is because him is random. He could hit the Underground Sea, which would be disastrous because he has no black source.
Yeah.
And if he hits Ad Nauseam, that's not so bad. You still have Ponder to try to, find more action. Sean is going to be a few cards in graveyard off from Threshold, but the Simstruck does help him get there. I would suspect that we see Sean ponder next turn, and then try to go for it in turn 3.
Okay. It probably depends on what this happens to this him.
Yeah, that's true. But given most of the permutations of what him can hit, I'm pretty sure that's what we'll try. That's what we'll see happen. Now, I respect Sean getting beta of everything it's reasonable to get beta. I like that beta island. I know he's beta Dark Rituals.
He doesn't have beta Underground Seas.
That's a tough sell.
Yeah.
Those things are so expensive.
Yeah.
There we go. Draw a beta Dark Ritual, play a Ponder. I like this turn sequence.
There's another Dark Ritual.
There we go. So I like what Sean's doing here.
Yeah, are you gonna dress here?
I don't... It's a good question. So it's kind of risky exposing Underground Sea. There's even an argument to not play Underground Sea at all. The biggest problem with that... Okay, Cabal Therapy is reasonable here. If he drew another Daze, Cabal Therapy can hit both. And since the only information that you care about is hitting that Daze, Duress is going to be better the next turn when you don't have the information of what you need to care about.
Yeah.
So we see that the only card that Max can draw that is that Sean should worry about is, well, Hymn to Turok, but that's going to be a sorcery.
Oh,
Yeah, that's really good.
that's actually really good. You got the Wasteland.
Yeah, so he's going to have to brainstorm into another black source. He knows the top card, but the bottom two, or the next two, he doesn't know.
Yeah. All right, so brainstorm here. Let's see the power of brainstorm.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
And now he has Underground Sea and 2 Dark Rituals and 2 Ad Nauseam, so he can cast Ad Nauseam, and he knows that his opponent has no disruption because Wasteland was the draw for the turn.
Yeah.
But it's a little risky going for Ad Nauseam with nothing floating. It's still worth it, I think.
Oh, he's passing.
Now, he could do it in the upkeep.
Do you see what? I don't think you even.
Yeah, so this is a kind of safer play. There's a reasonable chance that Sean will not be able to keep on going after the Ad Nauseam because there's only 4 Lotus Petals in the deck.
Yeah.
So what he wants to do here is,
And he's using 2 of the Dark Rituals too.
yeah, but he had nothing floating, so
Yeah.
the only card that matters would have been Lotus Petal. Now it turns out that he could have.
Well, he'd almost need to double Lotus Petal is what I'm saying. It's because he's already used 2 of his Dark Rituals.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, there's 2 Lotus Petals.
Yeah, he's got plenty of mana. He's looking for LED, is really what he's trying to flip to.
Yeah.
He can safely flip until he's at 3. Because
It depends on if he's playing like Dark Petition, like the lists are commonly playing. Like, it's 6, he has to worry about hitting Past in Flames.
Sure, I see what you mean. Yeah, so at 7, there's nothing that he can flip that
Yeah.
that will kill him.
Except for the Dark Petition if he's playing that.
Sean and I were talking about Dark Petition versus Grim Tutor, and we both agreed that Grim Tutor's better. I'm pretty sure that he's playing Grim Tutor, but I can't be certain.
I do kind of like Grim Tutor. Okay, so just all out here, you're dead next turn.
Yeah. No 2 ways about it.
Yeah. Someone is dying.
That's right. Now, Sean doesn't have a kill, but he has at least 7 looks for a Lion's Eye Diamond. That is the one card that he's trying to find.
There's a Ponder.
He could also try to find. Yep. So all you do is shuffle until you find Lion's Eye Diamond. Of course, Infernal Tutor says, 1 in a black sorcery. Reveal a card in your hand, find another card with the same name, or if you have no cards in hand, find any card. So the way it works with Lion's Eye Diamond is you play Infernal Tutor, and with that on the stack, crack Lion's Eye Diamond, and the downside of Lion's Eye Diamond turns into a benefit with that Infernal Tutor.
Yeah. A Demonic Tutor and Dark Black Lotus.
Yeah.
As you proved in your vintage match, very powerful.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, we saw those just a second ago.
Ugh.
He looked at the same cards. He shuffled and saw the same 3.
Pretty much, yeah.
So Sean has 2 Lotus Petals. I don't know if he has another Ponder though. He's close to
He
breaking.
probed. Yeah, we don't know what his dead cards are, but I'm guessing that they're not.
Yeah, I would guess he would just he wouldn't waste any time. He would just.
Oh, he is a
for
Black
it.
Lotus.
Yeah, someone's dying either way. There's no reason to hide.
Yeah.
There's plenty of combinations of cards that allow him to keep on looking. He can draw a land and another cantrip.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's fine, right? So he's at 2.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
He puts back the land and another card, plays the fetch land as his land for turn, and then gets to play the Ponder and look at another 4.
Yeah.
So it's not great, but it's not the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you put back as long as it's not the fetch land.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons I don't particularly care for Ad Nauseam in the Storm deck. I don't think Max was putting a huge amount of pressure on him. He wasn't pressuring Sean's graveyard, and we saw Ad Nauseam brick despite drawing, 10 cards?
Yeah. Well, it needs to draw at least 1 of a 4 of, at least 1 of like a 5 of, right? Because it needs to hit like some sort of tutor or like some other business spell, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, like, there are plenty of things, but a lot of the things you want to hit, like Tendrils and Past in Flames, cost 4.
Why is he putting back? He put back both lands. He's trying to go off here.
He has 2 Infernal Tutors, so he's going to use the Infernal Tutor as a shuffle. But he actually misplayed by doing this, because he doesn't have another blue source. Interesting. Yeah, so he thought that he could use the Infernal Tutor as a shuffle,
Yeah.
but... Oh!
Oh, he's gonna go Blood Therapy himself.
Oh, interesting. I didn't see this line.
Oh.
Well, that's pretty sick. Yeah, take a deterministic kill over a non-deterministic kill. That makes
Wow.
sense.
Yeah.
Well, alright.
Wow. So he just had enough mana there. He Cabal Ritual, Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual,
Right, so
tutored for another.
let's do it incrementally. So land is 1, Lotus Petal is 2, Dark Ritual is 4, Cabal Ritual is 7,
Yeah.
Infernal Tutor for another Cabal Ritual is +1 net.
Yeah.
So that's 8.
Okay.
So then he duressed himself twice, so that's 6.
Yeah.
Infernal Tutor and then Tendrils is Xaxes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Very nice.
So we see a slick Storm kill there.
Yeah.
Looked like he was going to brick. I thought he was going to have to, take a % chance, but it turns out that no. He saw a cool line.
This is why I can't play Storm. I would rarely think of
Duressing yourself?
dressing myself.
Well, play some more Tin Fins. You'll get pretty used to that idea.
Sure.
Bug Delver is one of the decks I don't want to see as Storm. I expect Max to have a pretty good post-board matchup.
Quick note. Disney, I know Sean pulled up his bag and it has a Mickey on it. Please don't sue us. Please, Disney. I'm sorry, Disney. I didn't mean it. Please sue Sean. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Sean has a deep love for Mickey Mouse.
It's a little scary.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
He does have a wizard hat. The Mickey Mouse wizard hat that he has come to a tournament with.
Yeah, he sure does.
Also, I know you two guys aren't necessarily super hype on the name for the Legacy Preservation Series, the first one of which is December 19th at MBH, but the first one at Card Kingdom is going to be January 9th.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so
So-
we've got 2 1Ks, one after the other, basically.
Yeah.
And
That's
then I'm looking at throwing together a modern 1K in February, but the date on that and possibly the prize pool is still tentative. So there will be a big modern tournament in February, just don't know exactly what.
I guess we have to throw some bones to the modern players. That was
Yeah.
Chris Cornejo or Friendly T.O.
Yeah. I'm sadly going to be out of town
for both.
for the January one.
Oh, man. That sucks.
Yeah. Oh well. I
Yeah.
might have to tune in on Twitch.
Yeah,
'cause-
yeah, we'll be streaming it for sure. I saw Sean board in a couple of Xantid Swarms. Not a huge fan of that card in this matchup. I expect that Max will have plenty of discard,
Yeah.
and he might also. I would expect Max to board in the Golgari Charms. It's good against Xantid Swarm if your opponent does bring it in. It's good against Empty, which is the card that you most fear out of Bug Delver. Oh, sorry, out of Storm.
Yeah. Any Reanimator games so far? Yeah, so we're just boarding up here. Do you think Sean has like a top or anything to fight the discard?
I usually play tops in my decks, but I don't know what exact build Sean has. It's tough to say. I would definitely board out any excess tendrils or Past in Flames that I have, because they put pressure on your graveyard with Deathrite Shaman, which makes Past in Flames worse, and discard puts pressure on the cards in your hand, which makes redundant copies of tendrils worse. And I would just add more disruption. Or tops. Tops are very good in this matchup. And then Max, of course, wants to bring in whatever sort of combo aid he has. Surgical Extraction, Nihil Spellbomb, Flusterstorm, that sort of thing. Hopefully Envelop. I love Envelop in Bug Delver.
I think I saw it.
Nice. Envelop is a blue instant from, what, Odyssey? Onslaught? Judgment?
Judgment, I believe.
Something like that. That says, counter a sorcery.
Yep.
The old school equivalent to Dispel.
Yep. So, random question.
Okay.
How many Uba masks were in the top 32 of the Moto Vintage event?
Really?
Yes.
1?
2. There are 2 Uba masks. Or there's one
Why?
in a shop.
Why?
Yes.
Uba deck, it's strictly worse than Coercive Portal.
Not if you're playing main deck Ensnaring Bridges.
Wow, that's deep.
Yep.
That's really, really deep. All right, so Uba Mask is a bizarre, bizarre card.
Yes.
It says, what? Exile your hand. Instead of drawing cards, you exile them, and you can play them as if they were in your hand. Is that right?
Only for that turn, though.
Oh.
They're like the basically the equivalent to Abbot of Carol Keep. You
Sure.
exile them and you can play them that turn.
Oh, and you do get to draw another card each upkeep or something, right?
I don't know if it actually has that.
Pretty sure that's why you play
Yeah.
it. Otherwise, you wouldn't play it.
No, he's playing it so counter spells are dead, right?
Well, sure. Oh, because it's each player?
Because it's each player.
Okay.
It's each player, so counter spells are dead on there for your opponent.
And Ensnaring Bridge is turned on?
And Ensnaring Bridge is turned on.
That's
I
adorable.
don't think it actually exiles your hand currently.
Really?
I think it just turns all draw steps.
You know, it'd be really cool if we had the technology to look it up.
You should look it up.
So Max brought in Python Needle, which I hope he isn't planning on using on Lines that I'm into LED. Because that doesn't work. Python
doesn't-
Needle does not shut off mana abilities.
You need a revoker for that.
You sure do.
Yeah.
So we'll ask our spotter to tell us what that's on.
Yes.
And
Oh,
all right,
Scalding Time.
That's
Okay.
a pretty slick line. So Scalding Tarn probably a 4 of in Storm. It depends on the build. But Polluted Delta also sees play in Max's deck.
So,
Oh, Bloodstained Look at that.
so there was a feature match at SCG day 1, I think. It was Christian Calcano against Shaheen Surani. So Esper Stoneblade versus Grixis Delver. And Calcano, the post-board game, probes him turn 1, sees 3 Polluted Delta, and snaps Pithing Needle on Polluted
Snap
Delta.
it off. I love it.
It was beautiful.
Hey, triple him struck is not bad.
Yes. One of the many reasons why Probe is an insane Magic card.
Yeah, no kidding. Sean's hand is solid. He's got the ability to turn 2, empty the warrens for at least 5. I think. It looks like at least 5. So that's exactly the sort of hand that you want against Bug Delver. It might not board in Golgari Charm. They might not have it, even if they have boarded it in. So this could be a pretty easy way to steal win. Looks like he has Dark Petition as well.
No, he is playing Dark Petition.
Yeah, I wonder if he actually just has a kill here. So he has... No, I don't think he has a kill. It's close though. Yeah. You might Dark Petition for a Cabal Therapy if you have enough mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh.
He needs to get Spell Mastery first.
Sure. He has Spell Mastery though. Once he plays this Cabal
Sure,
Ritual.
yeah, this Cabal Ritual gives him Spell Mastery.
You know, he might have enough mana to play Passing Flames, and then empty for more Storm. Yeah, so it looks like he's not. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, is that right?
Cabal Therapy. Why is that Cabal Therapy like way off at the middle of nowhere?
Sean loves to just throw his cards willy-nilly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5.
No, I think
There's
it's more.
there's another Lotus Petal. He
Yeah.
didn't.
Well, we'll see soon enough. Now, if I'm Max, I probably just take 8 and hope to dig for my Golgari Charm. So it looks like Storm is only 5.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at that. I thought it was more.
Yeah. Sean's not using the big die. Yeah, there's 10. There's 10 goblins.
Didn't he play Preordain the same turn?
Nope, that was last turn.
Okay. Fair enough.
Block 1. Take 9.
Yeah, Max is behind. But
One side
what?
has
Is that
10
an understatement?
Well, one side has 10 creatures, and the other side has one troop at least.
Sure, but one of Max's cards can undo a lot of Sean's spells.
Sure.
Now he's still behind because dealing 9 to your opponent is pretty good. It means that natural tendrils probably will finish them off.
Yep. Especially given that Sean has Dark Petition in hand, so he doesn't need much to just, like, Cabal Ritual, Dark Petition, tendrils you for 6 or 8.
Yeah, that's right. Interesting to note, if it were Grim Tutor, he could cast it and play tendrils. Just right
Yep.
now, without having to draw anything. But instead, it's Dark Petition, so it costs more. Also, if it were Grim Tutor, he could have played Grim Tutor this turn to find Past in Flames, and then the next turn played Past in Flames, cracking Lion's Eye Diamond in response, and then killed his opponent with, either made more Goblin tokens or had enough mana to Grim Tutor again for tendrils, depending on what he drew. So, that's 2 different ways that... Oh, Maelstrom Pulse. Man, that's brutal.
Yeah.
And if I'm Max, I hit that black source here. Sorry, not the black source, the red source. Because Sean has a lot more black sources in his deck than he does Volcanic Islands. Oh. Grafdigger's Cage is a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. Sean, right now, needs to accumulate enough resources to be able to build up a natural storm count.
He has Dark Ritual, Dark Petition in hand, so he should have the kill here.
Is Max that low? How many
He's
cards
at
did
6. He drew
How many cards did he draw?
1 extra.
Oh, and that's enough.
He wanted to get both the Maelstrom Pulse and the cage,
Gotcha.
and I think he just gets natural tendrils here.
Fair enough. Yeah, the cage doesn't shut off spell mastery. Yet another way that Grim Tutor is better. Grim Tutor doesn't rely on the graveyard at all.
You really don't like Dark Petition, do you?
No, I think it's... I really dislike the art, and I just think it's worse.
Do you think the Vintage list should be playing 3 Dark Petition and 1 Grim Tutor?
Grim Tutor is not restricted.
Grim Tutor is not restricted. Do you think you should be playing a bunch of Grim Tutors?
Grim Tutor is much worse in multiples, so I can definitely see 1 Grim Tutor.
Sure.
I might even see 2 Grim Tutors, but beyond that, you're paying a lot of life.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was a quick 2-0 from Sean.